Morning, concert band, brass, and woodwinds. This is not a mistake. We're on page 14 now. We skipped pages 12 and 13 because they are ensemble-based pages, and we, of course, are staying here with asynchronous, and this is what we do every year. The distance learning format has nothing to do with skipping pages 12 and 13. We would skip them anyway if things were normal. So your next page is page 14. That is not a mistake. Okay, I know I'm getting old and I forget things, but that's not a mistake. Page 14. Now on this one you're going to encounter a new note and a very fun to play but a little hard to read cut time song at the end. So you'll be taxed a little bit this week, but again, nothing that you kids can't handle. We'll walk you through it and get you all nice and up to speed on everything. So without further ado, go get your instruments and let's get going with page 14 in your book. 14, we are almost halfway through the book. Nice going, students, in this year of distance learning. I think that's fantastic. 15's the halfway mark because 30 is the last page. We're almost at the halfway point of this book, students. That's wonderful. All right, on the other side of this break, we'll get going with page 14. So stay tuned and let's get busy. All right, let's begin by first of all skipping number 63, rhythm rap, and we'll begin with number 64, 16th variations. All right, do, day, do to day to do, which is kind of what we did the last page, and then it goes into different patterns from there. Finger silently. Here's 64, 2, listen, and. Okay, again, please ignore the repeat bar. Here we go. Everybody all together. 64. 1, 2, ready, and. Number 65, sea chanty. Now, if you are a fan of the cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants, you have heard this song. Okay? This is some of the incidental music from SpongeBob. Finger silently. 1, 2, listen, and. All right, like I said, you'll recognize it. Again, don't take a repeat. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, play. All right, moving on, number 66, American Fanfare. Now again, students, you're looking at the trumpet part here. Your part will vary. It's introducing a new note. Now you'll notice that the start of this piece is to the left of that new note. Okay, it's indented quite a bit to the left. The start of this is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 measure song. It's kind of brief. Now the new note for the trumpets is an E flat, fingered second valve, but for other instruments it's different. Please look at the fingering there, or if you have to go to your fingering chart. And it's introduced in the second measure, first note. So for trumpets, that's an upper E flat, fingered second valve. But it's different for all the other instruments. Here we go. Finger silently, American Fanfare. 1, 2, listen, and. Sounds like an old composition entitled Chester, Revolutionary War theme. Here we go, everybody. Once again, here we go. Let's play. 66. 1, 2, ready, and play. Okay, we'll we'll take a brief break and we'll get on to the next exercise in just a second. Please stay tuned. All right, number 67, scale study. This is based on the concert A-flat scale, which you kids have learned. It's in your scale sheet. It's one of the scales we use each week to warm up. All right, it says new key signature, but you've seen this before on your scales, okay? It's 2 flats for the trumpets. Again, this is the trumpet part. 2 flats for the trumpets, clarinets, tenor sax, and bass clarinet. 4 flats for the flute and low brass. 1 flat for the alto and bari sax, okay? Finger silently. The first line is simple. It's the second line where it gets slightly complicated. Here we go. 67, ready, finger silently. 1, 2, listen, and. All right. Play, please. Here we go. 67. 1, 2, ready, and. After a brief break, one more song on this page, that's it. Take a short break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, the last one, number 68, Bill Bailey. This is a familiar Southern jazz tune, well known throughout the last century. For your deal here, kids, it's going to be a little bit of a hard read. It's not that hard a song to play, it's just kind of hard to read because it's in cut time. Okay, the first 2 lines are pretty straightforward if you can get that second note of the second measure of the G sharp, which is a concert F sharp. But when you get down to the 3rd line, you've got 2 counting pitfalls. Okay, now the 3rd line is marked with rehearsal number 17. So we can talk in terms of that. So 17, that's a point of reference. So if you go after 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, you've got a dotted half note and a quarter note. Watch out for that quarter note. It has to be on the end of 2. Do, day, do, day, do. And then at the very end of that 3rd line, there's another quarter note. Do, day, do. Okay? Finger silently. This is in cut time. Do, day, do, day. Okay, we won't go too terribly fast. Ready? 1, 2, listen, in. Okay, that's it. Again, it's not hard to play, it's just a little hard to read. All right? Let's all try it, please. Let's go. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home? Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and now. should add before we stop here, clarinets on the third line at number 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 after 17, you've got a C and an E flat in half notes. That E flat has to be fingered on the right, so the C before it has to be C on the left. And we'll have to cover that in our lesson. I have to teach you clarinets if you don't know what C on the left is, because the E flat has to be on the right. And I'll try and teach you kids how to alternate pinkies here under these distance learning conditions. All right, we're done. We'll take a break and conclude this lesson right after these brief messages, which of course I'm kidding, there's no advertisements. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll be right back to the end of the lesson. Okay, that was page 14. Again, the sea chanty, number 65. Again, if you watch SpongeBob SquarePants, you've heard that song. It's been used many times as incidental music, meaning background music, music that you hear but you don't pay attention to. Okay, you get that a lot in grocery stores and elevators, dentist's office. It's called muzak. It's background music, or the technical term is incidental music. The American fanfare, again, watch that new note, the concert D flat. It's E flat for the trumpets and clarinets, tenor sax, bass clarinet, D flat for flutes and low brass, and I think it's B flat, yeah, B flat for the alto sax and the bari sax. Okay? But that Bill Bailey, again, it's not hard to play, it's just hard to read. Do, day, do, day, okay? But it's not that backbreakingly difficult, okay? Just learn it, okay? All right, have a great week, and take care, and just keep at it, everybody. You're doing, again, a great job. I appreciate everybody's efforts, and have fun, have a great week, take care, and work hard and stay safe. Bye-bye, everybody.